Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Writer's Myth YouTube channel, where we focus on discussing storytelling elements and things related to artistic expressions in games, anime, TV shows, etc., etc. And I also want to have discussions with you guys personally, like you guys commenting and engaging with the content so that you guys add to the discussions that happen here. So if you guys are into that kind of stuff, do subscribe. But today, what I want to really tackle is using storytelling to create impact of crucial plot points by writing scenes which convey changes because of that crucial plot point in the story.
I got my second chance right here, Cap.
And we've seen this happen in many other pieces of media before, but today I want to really focus on Jujutsu Kaisen's Season 3, Episode 9 of the Culling Games arc. So, spoilers beware for all the anime of Jujutsu Kaisen. And the context is that Shibuya, the incident of Shibuya, has just happened to Yuji, and it is a very traumatic moment in his life. Shibuya has given Yuji a scar which has deeply affected his personality, and we want to really focus on that part. We want to really focus on letting the viewers know that the Yuji they see now is not the Yuji they saw before Shibuya. And the best way to do it is to pit him against an interesting character, and in this case is Higuruma. And that's the other piece of context. Higuruma, what he's about, what kind of a character he is, and we see that in his backstory, just the episode before this one, that Higuruma is actually a character who has tried to do a lot of good in this world in a very sincere way, and actually a very legal way, like literally a very legal way, right? And what has only happened to him is that he's seen the disgusting reality of the world. And that has changed Higuruma as well. Now, in this episode, there's two cases that end up happening. The first one is about the casino, and the second one is about the Shibuya incident. And we see that the first case actually does two things. It's not just useful in showing how Higuruma's technique works or how his domain expansion works, but also it's useful in showing Yuji's reaction to this, Yuji's mentality to this, and how Yuji is focused on the matter at hand of getting out of this domain and winning this fight. This chain of events can be used to contrast and put emphasis on the later on scene. And so now we get to the chain of sequence, which we're going to be breaking down and trying to like really focus on and understand. And while we do that, I really want you guys to let me know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below, about each scene, what kind of emotion it elicits, what kind of perspective do you have on what the scene is trying to do? I really want to hear it. So first off, we have this fighting sequence, which is very well animated, and a couple things we can understand from this. First is that the entire environment is painted in red, right? And this can really sell the intensity of it. This can really crank up the intensity of the fight scene. And so now we contrast the fight scene with what comes after, a silent, more calm down and relaxed position they're in, right? The courtroom is finally summoned again as Yuji Itadori requests a retrial and a conversation is struck. We also want to understand Yuji's body language because it is very expressive. It shows that he is still in that anticipation, he is still in that fight mode. And this is important to understand because of what happens later. And so now the judgment accuses Yuji Itadori of his crime of mass murder in Shibuya, and Yuji Itadori, with a silent demeanor, no expression on his face, accepts it.
ああ、俺が殺した。これは嘘でも否定でもない。
And Yuji's expressionless body, which I have mentioned earlier, contrasting how his body language was before, puts more emphasis on how Yuji sees that event in his life. What follows after is Higuruma's speech and how Yuji is not responsible for what happened in Shibuya, Sukuna is. This is how we take a deep dive into Yuji's character and how the past events have affected him by seeing how he reacts and acts in certain situations. Amongst doing other things, it pushes Yuji's character development forwards by shedding more light onto him. So I love this episode a lot and I loved talking about it and I would love to hear your thoughts about it down in the comments below. Would love for you guys to like, comment and just share this video to other people. This is my first long form video and I'm gonna be making some short form videos and I'm gonna definitely be making short form videos if you guys comment anything interesting. So there's your motivator for commenting more of your thoughts down in the comments below, and until then, see you guys later.